Hey, this is Zach Peak.
Hey, this is Pat Dorian.
This is Drew Rob.
It's Anthony Cervidio.
You're listening to the Talking Birdie podcast.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClough is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Talking Birdie podcast, episode 37 to be specific. Josh, Brad, how is it, boys? How we feeling?
Doing good, boys. Just had some ice cream. They did skip me a little bit. I got the waffle cone with the chocolate. They hollowed out the inside. That wasn't cool. But I did get pre-approved for a mortgage this week, so that's hype. It's always a good feeling. Other than that, not much going on. Brad, how you doing?
Other than that, not much.
Other than that, just a big life decision.
Yeah, man. You get that soft serve ice cream or what? What's your go-to?
It was soft serve, but I don't mind either way.
Yeah.
Soft service for pussies.
You're probably right, but they didn't have hard dipped yet, so.
There's a dope snowball stand down the road from me, so I frequent that. So I like to get what they call a Butterfinger snowball, which is chocolate, and it's got like butterscotch syrup on top and peanut butter chips, and it's super dope. That's what I go for.
Damn.
But yeah. Other than that, another week, man. Another week. Ryan, what's good with you, man?
Simply another week.
Exactly.
Nothing new to report.
Same shit, man. Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new. We thought we were going to have some new things to report last week, but I guess not.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Vibes have vastly changed.
Sorry, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Shut up, Brad.
I laugh so I don't cry.
I was simply pointing out that there's no point in levying the same complaints over and over again because it's not going to change anything.
Well, it's not going to change anything, but it makes me feel better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yep.
Misery loves company. We need to be the company for those.
Amen.
Hey, Josh, I think we just lost you. Talk again.
Nope. See, I hit this button here on the bottom because I was fucking with it.
Oh, okay.
And now we're good.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, everybody, welcome in. It's another episode. We put out an episode last week that was filled with fun and joy, and Orioles opponents quickly removed that from our lives just as quickly as it arrived. Up until today, the O's had not won a game since our last episode, which was super fun. But at the risk of being positive again, none of those games against the Yankees were like bad, I guess. They were
the
good.
The first one was kind of bad.
Well, we
So
lost game
6
3 because of error in the first inning, and that was the game.
Yeah, well, the final was 3-2 last. I have not watched a single bit of this series, honestly, except for today. I got home in time to see like the 9th inning.
That's kind of where I was too. Like I watched a lot of today's game, but I watched the first game of the Tigers series, part of the last game of that series, and then today was the first Yankees game I could really sit down for.
Well, I was at the game on Monday night. A buddy of mine and I got some pretty dope tickets, section 16. We thought we were going to see Adley up close, but we still got a good look at Robinson Chirinos and Ramon Arias and Chris Owings, I think. So we got like 2 hits that night, so that was cool. I think both of them were Santander solo bombs. So yeah, dope. It was a really good time, man. Like 60% Yankee fans in the ballpark. Hell yeah, man.
There's no way it's that high.
It sounded like it today. Lopez made a pickoff throw and just boos erupted from the crowd. And it's like, man, we got to get that evened out in the next year or so.
It might not
when
be
they
six-
win. When
Sorry,
they
go ahead.
win, it is. It is. When it's tough when they're losing. It's always been like that. But when they win, it's pretty good. I mean, they're still going to show up, obviously, but
Be a lot
it'll be
quieter.
it'll be fine. Once they start winning, it'll be fine.
I always wonder when the yards fill with Yankee fans, what percentage of those Yankee fans are New Yorkers and what percentage of them are just bandwagon fans that root for the Yankees because they think it's
You
cool?
mean actual New Yorkers that traveled for the game, or just people that are from New York?
I still count them if they're from New York and they travel down, like they're a Giants, Rangers, Knicks fan, all that kind of stuff. If they're a true New Yorker, I'll count them, even if they
Surely you
relocated.
mean the Lakers, not the Knicks.
See, that would be a bandwagoner.
That's the other. That's the other side. What he's
That's the other
talking about.
kind.
Yeah.
I would say there's probably more bandwagoners than.
You think? Damn.
Yes, I do. The Yankees are that team, dude. Like
They are.
every time I watch a soccer game on TV and they do like a panning shot of anybody in the crowd, I see like 5 or 6 Yankee caps.
Yeah.
Like they're just. I don't want to say iconic because that just gives me shudders, but
It's a gross word
like
to put attached there.
they're just a very, they're a brand. The Yankees are a brand.
They are.
Jay-Z.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, how many of those people are actually traveling down from New York? Come on now.
Actually traveling down, yeah, I don't know.
I would say 5%.
I think that depends if it's a weekend series or a weekday series too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, weekday series would definitely be more bandwagoners who are like, oh, the Yankees are in town.
I remember when I was a teenager and our family was on vacation in New York. We were at the Empire State Building. And the Orioles happened to be playing the Yankees that weekend. I was in Baltimore, though. But I was proudly rocking my O's cap around New York City. We're at the Empire State Building. I see this kid taking pictures in a Yankees hat, and the Orioles had won the night before. And I'm just trying to be like a troll. And I'm like trying to say, like, obnoxiously say loudly to my dad. It's like, oh, hey, Dad, you catch the score of the O's game last night? And my dad's just like embarrassed. He's like, look, he's like, Brad, the guy's got a British accent. He doesn't know a damn player on the team. Knock it off. So that's an example of the Yankees being a brand right there.
Josh, should I tell my story that I texted you the other day?
You should, yes.
Since we're talking about this, okay. So all my life, pretty much, my dad and I always like bonded over baseball. He was like my little league coach, and we went to games and stuff together all the time. And I'd have to guess I was around 9 or 10 at this time. My dad took me to a Yankees O's game. And so we're standing out there, like, the gates, like the gates where the flag court are, and you can kind of like walk through them and then just stand there at the top before you walk down the steps. I was standing there because my dad was like either going to the bathroom or going to get something from a stand or whatever. But this guy starts talking to me. We're just talking about baseball and stuff. And like in the middle of his conversation, he was saying something, and like Derek Jeter was announced as the batter coming to the plate. And I just like little like 9-10-year-old me just starts booing like crazy. And the guy's like, come on, man, how can you boo Jeter? And I just like looked up and I went, because fuck Jeter, that's why. And this dude was like, like a few minutes later, my dad came back and I was like, see you, man.
The MLG glasses just came down.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time.
dope.
Good times. Well, should we talk about the win today, guys?
That's the only thing I want to talk about in the last week. It was
Yeah,
Swept by the
I agree.
Tigers, down 0-3, lost 3 games to the Yanks. O's come from behind today. It was nice. It was a good game.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked like they took the field with one of those classic end of the series punt lineups too. Seems like they tend to
Tend to
win
do that.
series. They tend to win games when they put the shitty lineups out there.
It worked
Robertson
out today.
Chirinos conquered the new wall. That was pretty cool.
I can't believe that. I mean, he hit it into the perfect corner. Same thing with Santander's homer. Hit it right in the
Yeah.
corner where you can loop it around the pole.
Yep.
But that's how you got to do it, Aaron Judge.
I mean, yeah, that got a lot of talk this week that Aaron Judge had some not so nice things to say about the wall. I mean, I kind of agree with him. So whatever. I think a lot of people just didn't like it because a Yankee happened to be the one talking about it. The thing is, I highly doubt he just brought it up on his own. I'm sure he was asked a question like, "Oh, what do you think about that wall? It took a home run away from you, huh?" I'm sure that's what happened. That's probably why he said it. I don't think he just kind of came out of nowhere. It was like, "Oh yeah, fuck Camden Yards, fuck that wall." Wow,
The way they frame those quotes, that like they put it in the big graphic. The way they frame it's like Aaron Judge just sat down at the press conference and was like, "Yeah, they got like a build a park back there, like create a park. Like this stadium can blow."
The only thing that irritates me about it is Judge saying it in a way that it sounds like he's trying to make himself sound like he cares about what the park looks like. Like how they ruined a beautiful park or whatever. It's like, dude, you don't give a shit about that. You're just mad because you hit one off the wall that would have been gone last year. It's like you can be mad about that. That's fine. I mean, even Trey said they don't like it either.
The wall. No right-handed hitter is gonna say, "Yeah, I really like the wall. Like this thing is a great addition to the park." No, you're taking away home runs and hits from me. But I think when a guy like Aaron Judge plays at a stadium like Yankee Stadium, you can't really say anything about the wall.
Did you guys see the fake? Did you guys see the fake Cedric Mullins quote?
Yes, that was good.
Brad, did you see it?
No, I don't think I did.
So a lot, like one of the things on Twitter now is people will make those like quote graphics that Josh was talking about, but they'll put a fake quote in it, but they'll make it look real.
It looks like
just
MLB Network tweeted it.
Yeah, just to get like people to bite on it.
Right. I have seen that.
It's like Cedric Mullins when asked about Aaron Judge. Have you seen your own stadium? I could bunt that shit over the wall, dumbass.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that shit. Not that specific one, but I know what you're saying. It's dope.
Today's game.
So I guess the consensus kind of is now that the wall kind of sucks.
I mean, it's doing its job. I mean, left-handed pitchers especially are going to benefit from it. And I think the only 3 guys to conquer it are Chirinos, Hayes, and Mountcastle. And no opponents have hit over it. But the only people who've complained about it have been Aaron Boone, Aaron Judge, Yankees, and Red Sox broadcasters, which is great.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, honestly.
Publicly, I guess. I'm sure all of them, every team that's visited has had some comments about it privately, but
sure, even our own team.
Yeah.
Yep. Not so privately now that Trey has shared his feelings on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Bruce Zimmerman loves it. I'm sure Sino Perez loves it. Any of those guys.
No doubt.
Fucking Jordan Lyles.
Jordan Lyles loves it. You're so mad that he had a good start.
Yeah. He's garbage.
2 earned runs, 7 innings.
I actually think we should have a talk about Jordan Lyles.
I agree with you. Let's really get Brad down in the zone.
Oh, you actually do have something in there about Jordan Lyles. Okay, I didn't even see that you put Jordan Lyles in there.
Who put that in there?
I did not put Jordan Lyles.
Who put that in there?
Was it you, Brad?
I put that in there. Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't put that in there.
You wanted me to contribute to the notes more, so I contribute to the notes.
So yeah, we always joke about with Brad about how he doesn't contribute to the notes. So this week he decided to contribute to the notes by opening up the doc, typing Jordan Lyles with nothing else.
That's it. Yeah.
And close it and proceeding to close the doc.
I'm a simple man. Why say in 10 words what I can say in 2 on the notes, you know? And the thing about the notes is if I were to make the notes, it would just say series recap number 1, series recap number 2, MILB notes, and that would be about it. You guys are the ones that see all the Twitter hot takes and everything every day, and you already have that like the baseline stuff in the notes anyway. So it's like I don't even know what else to add. So
We don't actually care, man. It's just something to give you shit about.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
We're just Brad spitballing about notes.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
seriously, so Jordan Lyles, I think it's been a large enough sample size that we can say he has been decent.
He's doing his job rather well.
Yes, he is. He is doing what he was brought in to do. But I have, as with all things, it is possible, and probably behooves everyone to have a nuanced opinion on certain things. So I believe, on one hand, that you can acknowledge that Jordan Lyles has come in, done his job well, eaten innings, as they love to say now, and has probably pitched a little bit above most of our expectations. While also, on the other hand, still recognizing that the choice to sign him was a bad one because you gave him $7 million to essentially lock up a rotation spot that will now be very difficult to clear when you are ready to promote prospects. I think both things can be true.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, we talked about this when we signed him. It didn't matter what he did after he was signed. Before he was signed, you already gave him way too much money, and the track record proves that. And yeah, sure, and he's done really well so far. He's doing his job, as we've said.
He's done okay.
In the month of May, he's got a 3.1 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 7 walks over 26 innings. I mean, that's really good numbers. But like you said, Ryan, that is a hard spot to try to take away from a guy, especially when they're paying him that much. And it's kind of unreal that Spencer Watkins is still in the rotation. It's not that he's even pitching bad enough to like stay in the rotation. It's just like that's a spot eaten up this long already. I mean, we're 8 starts into the year, and Lyles is still touting that 4.1 ERA.
Watkins is an easy get rid of. I mean,
right. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of impressive that he's lasted this long into the season.
Well, he's pitched well enough to keep himself there, honestly.
Right. Yeah, he had a new pitch.
Yeah.
This tells you everything you need to know that we're on here talking about how amazing Jordan Lyles is doing when he has his ERA is still over 4.
Literally no one has said the word amazing until you just said it.
Okay.
And to be fair, Jordan Lyles, like 4.1 ERA, put that in last year's rotation. He's as effective as John Means.
He's lucky. Yeah. He's pretty lucky that he had an earned run taken off of his stats like 2 days after one of his previous starts, too. He did. He absolutely did.
We know.
Yep. Did you? I don't think we discussed that.
We didn't discuss it, but I did know that.
Okay. Yeah, that was horse shit.
But I also want to say, I don't know if I went on the record saying it on this show or if I just said it in our group chat, but I want to give my own horn, a tiny little toot and say that when the Orioles signed Jordan Lyles, I said, maybe, just maybe, they see something that they can do with him. Maybe with his slider or something they can coach into him, something that he's not harnessing. And it seems like that's happened. So
perhaps, have you looked at his baseball savant numbers? Are still awful, but the results are there. And that's really all I care about. But
exactly. Let's revisit this one.
Hold on. Let me add a nugget in there.
Do you even know what a baseball savant page is, Brad?
I understand the concept of it. It's the advanced metrics of how his numbers should it's representative of what his numbers should be based on how he's actually pitching compared to what they actually are. It's advanced metrics. Yes, yeah, I understand fucking baseball advanced stats. Not a fucking
I'm asking you if you know what baseball savant is. That's what I'm asking you.
I understand the context if that's what that is.
Okay.
I don't look at it, no, but I understand the context of what that is.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
this would be so upsetting for you. I'm sorry.
The nugget I had, Kevin Brown was talking on the broadcast the other day. I believe Watkins was pitching, but they were talking about Jordan Lyles has been talking to a lot of pitchers on the team, and they've all added this pitch that he brought into the organization. It's like that cut slider. I forget exactly what they're calling it, but
the no dot slider.
The no dot slider. That's what it is. Yeah, Ben McDonald described it, and that's an interesting piece. I don't know if that's something they knew when they brought him in, but it has helped out some of the relievers quite a bit. I believe Aiken is someone that's benefited from it, and Watkins, as we mentioned, And,
oh my god, his Savant page is terrible.
it's awful. It's like matches all the other years, but he's still pitching good, and I don't get it.
Holy shit, that's
Bingo.
hilarious.
Bingo.
The only thing he's in is in the red on is walk percentage.
Good job, man.
That's funny.
throw them strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a guy, if the wagon does fall off on him this year, like at least he was good at the beginning when like he was most needed. Because as the year goes on, you can always bring up other starters.
Or if he keeps this up, maybe they can flip him and then he can have his meltdown when he gets to his new team.
That is my greatest hope. And I'm sure it's Brad's as well.
Speaking of that, guys, we also need to talk about the fact that we got a living, breathing human being in exchange for Paul Fry.
Yeah, I forgot to even write that down. Oh my god. What's his name? Luis or Solo? Osolo? Was that
I don't care.
It's some 19-year-old kid's name from the Diamondbacks.
Yep. He is up prospect, and he's not Paul Fry.
We don't have to use him anymore. Don't have to DFA him anymore. Just he's out.
He gone.
And
that's fantastic news.
Incredibly impressed they got somebody. Yeah. I didn't look at the kid's stats. He's only played rookie ball, but it doesn't matter.
Kobe Mayo hit a tank tonight.
Nice. He needed one of those. It's been a tough couple game series for him.
Anyways, so the fact that you guys are pointing out his baseball savant advanced shit, showing that he still is awful and he's just getting lucky and overachieving, shows that the Orioles didn't actually find something in him. He's just a lucky garbage ass pitcher that's overachieving. So that's my take on Jordan Lyles. And even with that, he's him overachieving. Okay, he's been average. All right. Dope.
Good analysis, Brad.
Okay. How come you guys haven't been tagging me on Spencer Watkins starts lately?
Because we don't like Spencer Watkins. Why do you think we like him? Just because we acknowledge that he pitches well sometimes.
Okay. I don't know. I saw a couple tags when he was doing all right. So I haven't seen him as much lately. So
I will not tag you in a Spencer Watkins outing and say, like, look how good he did. We should keep him around.
No,
pretty sure you
did. Because none of us think that.
Ryan, I would like to say Dean Kramer, immaculate inning in Bowie. His first rehab start.
Yep. Good for Dean. Happy for him. Still not going to hold my breath, but I'm happy that his rehab start at least went well.
He dominated double-A hitting. So
doesn't say a whole lot, but
for 2 innings.
it's a good start.
Yep. What else do we want to talk about here? I mean, injuries have been a problem, but they're kind of coming back. Jeez. I mean, Mateo, Hayes were down. Mountcastle down with some weird wrist thing. Didn't he say like woke up and his wrist was like swing?
Yeah, and that's he said he had like shooting pain in his forearm, out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
A couple of weeks ago, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed and he couldn't face the pitcher from the batter's box. Like that's another just odd, like strange.
How about you get your shit together, Ryan? How about that?
This offense needs you.
Seriously.
Yeah, those were some bad lineups, man. Like, I'm a McKenna guy and all, but he does not need to be a starter like 3 out of 4 games in a series.
Those were 2019 level lineups.
Yeah, I did tweet this. Ryan McKenna would have been beloved on the 2019 O's, but on the 2022 O's, it's a little tougher to embrace that. I mean, Ben Boom started a lot of games. Owings even had a few starts. Brad's boy Bannon.
Yeah, getting the Bannon call up was a lot of fun, but it makes me mad that he just got sent right back down.
That's why I knew he had to have a big game in order to really have any chance of staying around.
But I don't think, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think the plan was ever to keep him up.
Who did he get optioned for? I didn't see the transaction.
Okay. Yeah, he maybe not, but maybe it should be over Owings and Urias or whoever the fuck, Odor. Yeah, I mean, give him a shot. I've always said, he might not pan out, but like it's a much better much better idea to give him a look and see what you got out of him than trotting these losers out here. So,
Yep.
Bannon over Owings all day. Don't know.
I just
why
don't.
that guy's
All
still
I
here.
was saying was I don't think his performance would have changed anything.
No,
Because
same thing.
I think with his taxi squad status, it seems like he was just there because they were down some infielders, and then once those infielders came back, he was going to go back anyway. I don't think, a 4-for-5 day with a home run and 3 doubles was going to keep him around. It just didn't seem like that's what they had planned.
Who's that reliever they called up for one outing? He pitched 2
Denji Reyes?
Yeah, Denji Reyes. He pitched 2 perfect innings and sent down same night. So yeah, I don't think it really matters. They have the plan for what they're gonna do with those guys. We got Hayes and Mateo back.
Yeah, Hayes and Mateo being back is a good thing. Seeing Hayes in a batting glove is pretty weird.
It's very weird. But he hit really good with it on yesterday. He had 3 hits yesterday. I think today he had a couple hits. Could be
I did
wrong.
not notice that. That's
Yeah,
on his
did you
left
see
hand.
he actually posted on his Instagram story a picture of his hand. I think it was fucked up.
I didn't see it. Is it still on there from today?
I should be. I saw it earlier.
Let me take a
He
look.
also has a funny little meme that he made in there as well. It's of him sliding into home with his arms out like a penguin.
Whoa, yeah, I saw that when he slid in there the other day. But wow, that's messed up. It's a
Yeah.
really bad hand.
Yeah.
Man. Hayes has a solid Instagram account compared to like a lot
He
of
does.
the other MLB players, especially on the
He
Orioles.
does.
Hype tapes, interactive stories, I guess.
Man, I wish we had more fun stuff to talk about this episode, man. The last week was
Yeah,
rough.
it was rough. Well, last week was great, but before,
Yeah, I meant this past week. Yes.
Yeah,
Last
gotcha.
week was fantastic. I mean, this past week, yeah.
So we hadn't lost a series since April 22nd, or we'd won every series since one or tied every series since April 22nd. We lost the last 2, swept by the AL worst Tigers, and Yankees put the hurt on us.
Tigers didn't even do anything. They just scored
No.
like 2 runs every game, and it was enough.
That series was unwatchable. I'm glad I didn't make it to Detroit to watch that game or to any of those games. Those were really
Yeah,
bad.
that would have been shitty, dude.
I don't think they had like no, they didn't score a single run up until like yesterday, where it was like a non-home run where they like actually drove in runs. It's all solo shots.
Christ, man.
I think today's the first game we've had a lead since the Cardinal series. I'd be interested in fact checking that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. That's what it feels like.
God, that's so bad.
It's really bad.
Yep. Sure is.
Do we want to delve on Adley Rutschman? Do we want to go in there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we have
All
to.
right. Go on, Brad. You lead us off.
I think it's an absolute joke that he's still in AAA. I've had Elias's back this entire rebuild. No, I'm not going to make some extreme take like, oh, fire Elias. But if there is an option to maybe like fire him for a day or 2 and then bring him back, I would totally do that, because just to promote it, there's no fucking reason for Adley to still be in AAA. There's no reason for Gunnar to be in AA. There's no reason for Prieto to be in high A ball. There's no reason for Odor to be on the big league roster. There's no reason for Owens to be on the big league roster. There's no reason for Spencer Watkins to be on the big league roster. Who am I missing? You get the point.
Anthony Bemboom.
Anthony Bemboom. Yeah, I mean, that goes hand in hand with Adley. Big Bemby. Big fucking Bemby. No reason for him to be on the big league roster. Like, come on, dude.
I'm with you, man.
Like, pick it up. Pick it up a little bit.
So I know I
like-
sent this tweet to you guys before we started. Let me find it again. So I'm not familiar with this term, Super 2 status, but I guess it's like just another way to designate players, whatever. But basically, if Adley stays in the minors until May 31st, the team will have control of him through 2028. So that's seems like something they would probably be holding out for. That sucks.
Yeah.
I've literally never heard of this before.
So it's like kind of the.
I've actually heard of the term Super 2, but I thought it was the same thing as the service clock date.
I think it is. It's just like a later date that gives them more control. So it says in this tweet by Bird's Eye View.
The timing of that doesn't work out. It doesn't make sense.
How so?
Because the first of all, the service date is already passed. So how if you're okay, that date passed like the end of last month, the beginning of this month. So you're telling me one more month of service time gives you a whole extra year of control of a player? It doesn't. There's no way.
It wouldn't make sense because then you wouldn't have to wait past the service clock date for the next season, right? If that were true.
No, that's the whole point of the first date. The whole point of the first date is because they come up is an actual major league season is longer than the amount of days that they consider 1 year of service. So say a season is 100 and these are just numbers I'm making up. Say a season is 190 days. I believe for 1 year of MLB service, it's 172 days. Yep. So as long as they only put in 171 service days in that season, then that jumps free agency one more year because the first, they'll technically hit that their full service time to be free agents in the last season, but they're not going to become a free agent mid-season. So it just pushes it back to the next year. There's no way that another 3 weeks gives you another like year of service time.
So I kept reading their thread. It says they worded it weird, but the significance is that they get like a different arbitration status, I think. So like Adley gets like one less year of like a different arbitration tier. So he'd get like less money, I think.
Oh my God. This sounds bad, man. Sounds bad.
I just don't know why these stipulations are written in there. No.
None of this makes sense. I'm sorry. I know Bird's Eye View is I think they're full of shit. I'm sorry. Everyone gets 3 years of arbitration. Everybody. That's how it is. He's not going to lose arbitration years or arbitration money because of this shit. I mean, I might be ignorant to this, but none of it makes sense. None of what you're saying makes sense at all.
I get more confused as I read the more.
How about just call him up and fucking extend him?
There we go.
If we really offered Carlos Correa $300 million, then
we did not.
We did not.
No. I think Correa commented on this a couple weeks ago. He said like he was asked about it and he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, we talked, but they never made an offer." So that's from his mouth.
Gotcha.
But yeah, call up Adley Rutschman. Our catchers are hitting like 140.
And not playing that good at defense.
Not playing that good. I mean, that Ben Boom throw yesterday was like really hard to watch.
I mean, it's like we're doing better than Sevy right now, but it's still not good.
No,
it's just a bad look, man. Like you can deceive idiots if it's like 2 weeks in April to get them past the service clock date, say they need more time in the minors, but this is just so blatant. It's just. And the other thing is, if they finish top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting, then the service year counts anyway. It's almost like he wants to fuck him out of that opportunity too.
Yeah, they'll just not let him play enough like games to hopefully minimize the impact he has.
He's got to be furious, dude. He's got to be, right?
I mean, these things make it harder for you to extend guys when it comes to that time.
Like Elias is a smart guy. How does he not how is this not part of the conversation between him and Sig? Like, oh, we could really piss this kid off and he might not we could ruin the relationship with for guys as smart as those two. How is that not a key factor in this? Like, I know it shouldn't be the only thing. I know you got to do what's best for you, but at a certain point, everyone sees you're fucking this guy.
Yeah, and
Everyone.
we talked about it before the show. You remember Chris Bryant was like the big talk of like service time manipulation. He was the first guy to like sue the MLB or something like that, and he was a year younger
The
than
MLB.
Adley. Shut up, Ryan. He was a year younger than Adley when that was all happening, and Adley is still not in the major leagues. Chris Bryant made his debut at 23 in 103 days. Adley is 24 in 102 days, and he's hanging out in AAA.
I'm annoyed, but I think you guys are thinking about this way too much.
You're right, but it is frustrating, man. I mean, like, this is a player that directly makes your team better. Like, the second he's in the lineup.
That's another thing. Fucking Anthony Bemboom and Robinson Chirino. Like, I also, not just from the Adley only standpoint, this is a year I want to see progress at the big league level. Like, there's a easy way to help that out. Call up one of the best players in your organization already.
I will say, if we were talking like maybe Colton Cowser's in AAA and you are blocked by Hayes, Mullins, Santander, maybe you understand like the decision. But this is a little we haven't had a catcher in a long time. And we have a great catcher, probably a league top 6 catcher just sitting there in Norfolk. He'll be top 6 as soon as he hits the league. I saw a good tweet. It was like Adley Rutschman was ready to catch in Major League Baseball the day he was drafted.
Yes.
Just whether or not he could continue hitting. And he has hit since he's been in the minors. So, yep, I understand entirely, man.
The thing that just I keep thinking of is I think that injury was a lot more serious than we thought.
I don't think that. I really don't.
I think it's less serious than we think, but we'll never know that. Yeah,
I mean, we can speculate on that all we want. You have your thought on that. I have mine. I really don't. I really don't think it was more serious than we thought.
The way they baby prospects makes me think like, so if this injury happened in spring training, literally before games even started, they were probably babying them then. And it couldn't have been that serious if he sustained any injury. And now they baby him the way they do now. But I'm quite certain they were already babying them like then. And he got hurt doing that.
They fucking baby him when he's signing autographs. Okay, Adley, it's time to go. It's time to go. Sorry, guys. I gotta go. Like, that's just so like indicative of how they handle him. Like, it's a grown ass man, 24 years old. Josh, isn't he older than you?
By 2 years, yes.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn. Josh, you still got two more years before Elias calls you up.
I know. If that, we might not see Adley till he's 26.
All right, guys, fucking relax.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna complain about it until he's called up. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
It's fine. You do you, buddy. You do you.
I honestly think Gunnar Henderson should be in the big leagues.
Don't anybody take this to think that I'm not just as annoyed as these guys are. But I just the theories that they're actively sabotaging the franchise are just so ridiculous to me.
No, they think they're doing what's in the best interest of the franchise. They do.
I just disagree.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Well, I always just feel like there is stuff that happens and goes on that we just don't know about, and that's just kind of where I'm at.
I mean, I get that, especially the way the players that we interviewed even talked about, like the way this organization runs. They're like, yes, they play it very close to the chest. They do not tell you more than that you need to know. And I guess that is going to ring true, especially for call-ups and these bigger decisions, but it doesn't really ease the way I feel about it.
No. I made a promise to you guys last year that I was totally cool with tanking, and last year was the line for me. And if we still did things that they're not necessarily tanking this year, but if they still displayed tanking type behaviors, this is the year I'll be mad. And I'm following through on that. I am.
I mean, this is better than last year. We got Nick Vespi this year. Logan Vespi's come up.
Better.
I mean,
it's better.
Felix Bautista's up. Bradish came up.
Kyle Bradish. Yeah,
it's better. It's definitely better.
It's not enough.
It should be more by now. It will be soon, but it should be now.
Yep. I
I
mean,
want it now.
we'll talk about
cake now.
I don't want I know I sound like the I want it now guy, and like that's exactly what I'm being, but we really actually should have it now.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Yeah.
makes
So
me
I've-
not optimistic on Grayson getting called up by July.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not.
it's not even a conversation at this point.
That's I mean, that's a month and a half away. I really don't think he's going to be up by July. I don't.
Even though he just struck out 11 over 5 innings, gave up no runs.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. We do have fun to talk about at least.
Like I said, I honestly think Gunnar Henderson should be in the big leagues. He's not even like on the radar of the big leagues yet here.
No.
So
I don't
Alright.
know. I don't think he's performing that well.
Gunnar,
Yeah.
OPS over 1,000. And
He has
I know.
things to
playing
work
great
on.
defense.
I understand
know.
why he's in double A.
Defense actually looks really good. He's stealing bases like a madman. He's might be the best player in Double A right now. So no, I disagree. I think he is performing.
I understand the concerns about a 20-year-old who can't hit double A lefties at a average clip, though. Like, not even close, but I agree.
Yeah.
He's smashing it in double A, and
He should be in AAA.
I would
he should be
expect a
in AAA
Norfolk
100%.
call.
100% should be in AAA.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
expect that very soon. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's definitely something they're going to look at.
I
is
understand,
his lefty
yeah.
splits.
I understand the major league comment that I make is debatable, but I definitely think he should be in AAA.
I mean, I have no doubts that Gunnar Henderson's a better offensive player than like Chris Owings. I mean, is that
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Put it this
like,
way, Chris Owens would not have an OPS over 1,000 in Double A. Not a chance.
No way. Not a chance.
He would probably have an OPS maybe in the low 700s in Double A.
Which is bad.
that's average.
In AA, that's
In
bad.
double A, that's bad for a.
You need to be
10-year
out.
veteran.
You need to be overperforming in the minors.
If you're
Yeah.
if you're that age.
Yep. Ryan, do you want to lead us into the fun segment?
What's the fun segment?
Fun for somebody.
Oh, fun for one individual person.
Fun for one individual person.
All right, guys. Well, it's time. It's time to do our giveaway drawing. Josh has a real fancy fucking algorithm that he's going to punch in that's going to randomly select one of the 800 and some of you that retweeted this tweet. And also, Josh, when you get to the winner, make sure you check before we announce who it is that they did not unfollow us. Because if you unfollowed us after entering the fucking giveaway,
And
you're
go
a
fuck
loser,
yourself. Yeah, go
and you
fuck
don't
yourself.
win. And you
Yeah.
don't win. So
And honestly, you're dead to me anyway. So
The guy
Yep.
who won the last giveaway unfollowed us, so I had to
Yeah.
pick someone else. So
Yep.
just it can happen to you.
yep,
Yep.
sure can. All right, Josh, you wanna
Yep.
go ahead
Share
and give
my-
us a winner?
Let me share my screen. So let me explain to the people what we got going on here. If this top screen will go away, awesome. So we have 867 retweets from this tweet. That is insane. There's not really a good way to write this down. So I was going to write down every name like I've done in the past. That wasn't happening this time.
yeah.
So I wrote, there's the random numbers in here. Every number 1 through 867s in here. The first 23, so 1 through 23 are the quote tweets. So I will count those. The winner is going to be this first number here, basically. But if it's 1 through 23, I'll count, the 17th quote tweet down or whatever. If you're over 23, you're in the retweets column. So just specifying that.
In other words, you really want it to be a quote tweet. So if it's a quote tweet, it's probably rigged. I'm just kidding.
All right.
I kid.
But anyway, I will roll the virtual dice, and the number that we get is how many times I will randomize our list. I only did 1 this time. I made a mistake. Of course, it's 6 on this long ass list, so we will randomize it 6 times. 1,
Again,
2,
again.
3,
Your computer is so slow.
4. Shut up, Ryan. You have a nice computer.
I do have a
5.
nice computer.
Okay, so I'm going to read. This is the last one. The number one number at the top here is going to be our winner. I will count that out after the show because I'm not counting 600 straight.
Hey,
on the
congratulations,
podcast.
636.
No. Right. The next one, Brad.
Sorry, 636.
Here we go. Winner is number 181.
Hey, 181.
Claps all around.
If you guys want to do the minor league update next, I'll go through it and count who number 181 is, and we can say who it is right now.
If you want to do that, so make sure you count the quote tweets first. So that's 23, and then go into the retweets. So it should be
you got it.
Be like 160. That's bad math. It should be like
160. You said 181, right?
181 is our winner.
Okay.
Well, don't count that yet because we got fantasy still. But
we'll do the minor league thing. We'll end on fantasy.
I want to do the minor league thing after fantasy. I don't want to say anything that could put thoughts in anyone's head on draft picks.
I want to do the minor league draft after fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, motherfucker.
I want to do it before.
Holy shit.
All right, I guess we're doing fantasy.
All right, fine.
Boom.
All right. We'll go in order of freaking that we always do. So Ryan announced my score, Brad announced Ryan's score, I'll announce Brad's score.
All right.
At Ryan.
I'm trying to count, guys. Fuck.
Do it after fantasy.
I just lost my place.
Sorry, man.
All right, fine. Josh, you had the worst week in the history of this fantasy show. Get shit on.
It's terrible.
You had Colton Cowser, who got you 19.5 points, and that is the absolute best that you got because you then had Cedric Mullins, who had 7.3. You had Colin Burns, who you inexplicably picked, got you 4.2.
Oh, Colin.
And then you had Kevin Smith, who got you 2.2, bringing you to a rousing total of 33.2 points.
Yes.
All right. Wait, so I'm reading Ryan now? Is that what it is?
You're reading Ryan's, yep.
All right. Ryan, you probably had the best individual performer that we've had so far this year. The rest of your players were kind of dog shit. But Gunnar Henderson was 5 for 14. He had a slugging percentage of 1.142 and an OBP of 470. So his OPS was a touch over 1.6. He ended up with 48 points, 7 runs, 16 total bases, a stolen base, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, struck out a few times.
He had how many points?
48 points.
Jeez.
48.
Hell yeah.
Kyle Bradish, he came in at 3.33 points. So 4.33 innings pitched plus we got 6 strikeouts. And then he gave up 4 earned runs and had 3 walks. So 3.33. Diaz, he barely played. He got you 2 points. And Dylan Harris was even worse than Diaz. He went 2 for 19 with 9 Ks. He got you negative 1.45. So you ended up with 51.88. Almost all of that coming from Gutter.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, Ryan, your team was dog shit too. All right, on to Brad's score. Ryland Bannon made his debut, and he ended up netting 0.82.
All right.
He didn't do too much. It excluded his debut game, so it was the rest of the games after. So you lose out on that one hit.
He reached base 2 of his other 3 starts. You know?
Yeah, that would have helped you out, but he didn't play all the games.
Gray Rod. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Gray Rod had one of his best starts. This may be the best pitching performance of the time we've done this in fantasy history. He got 23 points. He went 5.1 innings, 11 strikeouts. I think only 1 walk. Gave up no earned runs. He got the win. That's 10 points right there. Jordan Westberg didn't have an impressive week, 8.5 points. And Kyle Stowers had a pretty solid week. Ended up with 23.1 points. That's probably one of his best weeks this week. Or in this past week, and he had a few extra base hits in there. Brad's total ends up being 55.43, so he just narrowly edges out Ryan.
All right.
Bullshit.
Tough luck, buddy.
Guys, we have a winner.
Okay. Do they follow
and
us?
Said winner does still follow us. So congratulations to someone with a fantastic name.
Is it
At
someone we're
Ryan
familiar-
Ryan
someone we're
Hayduke.
familiar-
No, at Ryan Hayduke.
Hell yeah, son.
Congratulations, Ryan. I hope you hear this. If not, we'll be reaching out from the show account to let you know that you won. So congratulations to you, man.
If not, I'm keeping the bet. No, I'm just kidding.
You got to hit us up first, or Brad's going to keep it.
No redraw.
You have 48 hours.
Yep.
I will find you.
Nah, but seriously, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yep. Thanks everybody for entering. It was much better turnout and support for this giveaway than we would have expected. So thank you to everyone, and we hope you stick around. Seriously.
Yep,
Definitely.
You got one of the last bats that touched Austin Hayes' good left hand.
Yeah.
Before it got smashed.
That's it, man.
All right. Well, Brad, why don't you close us out here, there, bud?
Well, we drafting fantasy. Is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot we have to draft new teams.
Okay, so since Josh and I are out next week, or is it just going to run 2 weeks?
We're gonna do an episode.
Oh, we are doing it. So.
Well, yeah, this will run 2 weeks because when we do the filler episode, I don't think we're gonna do fantasy counting. So.
Okay. All right, we're running 2 weeks. I get the first pick.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take Prieto.
That was call.
That was not one of the outside of the box picks I talked about. That was just the first overall pick. All right. So is that Ryan?
It's
You're up
Ryan,
next?
yeah.
It's my pick.
Yep.
Maybe Creed Willems.
Nice. He's had a decent week here. Yeah,
I know.
He's hitting triples. I don't understand.
Big boy hits triples.
Big boy hits triples. I'm going to take the guy who had the best week of all time, Gunnar Henderson.
Okay.
Going against our strategy where we don't take the hot guys because they got to cool down. But as long as he's in AA, I believe in him.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing with Prieto. He's probably too hot for me to take. But let's see.
Hope he stays healthy.
Next up, I'm gonna take. Just give me Jordan Zimmerman.
Jordan Zimmerman.
That's my pitcher and my big leaguer. So there we go.
Jordan Zimmerman.
Jordan Zimmerman. Got it.
Oh my God, Bruce Zimmerman. I'm sorry. Why the hell did I say Jordan?
I've done it several times myself.
Also, why the hell did it take you so long to realize what we were saying? You're trying to say
Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oops. I'm cut from the show. I'm canceled.
Get out of here.
Brian, you're up.
This is probably going to bite me in the ass, but he's been hitting well lately, so I'm going to take Jordan Westberg.
He had a decent week.
Yeah.
He needs to get hot at some point. He hasn't had like a tear him up week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my major leaguer out. No, I'm not. I'm fine with any of the three I have listed. I'm going to take John Rhodes again. Caught him on a cold week last time, but I think he's going to bust out.
All right. This one's kind of also going against, I'm taking a guy that's pretty hot. Billy Cook.
That's a good pick. He's had a sneaky season. I'm sure you'll talk about him a little bit in minor league recap.
Ryan, you're up.
I'm going to get...
We got to keep the
Nick
W
Besby.
theme. Oh, come on. The W.
Sorry.
Okay, it's your major leaguer and pitcher.
Yep.
I'm interested in the reliever picks because
Wait, hold on. You took who?
Nick
Nick
Vespi.
Besby.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like inherent that the relievers do worse. I don't think they just get less innings.
You could get a win.
I guess, and therefore less strikeouts. But yeah. I'm gonna take Gray Rod if we're going 2 weeks, especially.
Okay. All right. And my first pick of the last round. Our boy's going to heat up this week. Pat Dorian. It's his time.
He needs a good week, my man.
Yep.
We're pulling for him.
He's got it.
Pat's fighting for playing time down there with Kelvin Gutierrez.
Yeah, but they in the minors always tend to rotate guys to
Yeah.
make sure everyone's playing. So
They haven't played him at third at all, hardly, I've seen.
no, they really haven't. But he's not playing tonight, so I assume he will be tomorrow.
Give me the Grand Slam king from last night, Robert Newkstrom.
Bobbert. The noose is loose.
Bobby New.
I will take my major leaguer, Trey Mancini, having a good month. I could have gone with Mancini, Mateo, or Hayes just as easily. But.
All righty.
All right. Brad, you want to read our teams?
All right. We got Josh has 2 wins. I got 2 wins. Ryan's in the caboose right now with 0 after last year pretty much dominating us. So that's the law of averages catching up right here. I have Prieto, Bruce, not Jordan Zimmerman, Billy Cook, and Patrick Dorian. Ryan has Creed Willems, Jordan Westberg, Nick Vespi, and Robert Newstrom. Josh, you're rolling with Gunner, John Rhodes, Gray Rod, and Trey Mancini.
I like my team, boys.
I like our guys.
Let me post this in the notes. Brad uses pen and paper.
It's just, I don't know. I'm a boomer. That's what we do.
Boomer Brad.
Boomer Brad.
Okay. All right. Brad, do you want to take us into your minor league recaps?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Let's do it. All right. Delmarva, as we've kind of talked about all year, not a whole lot to get excited about with them. Pretty much the only thing I want to point out with them that I found interesting, Luis Valdez, while he's not hitting very well, is leading the organization in stolen bases with 15. So that's something to keep an eye on. Daryl Hernandez, he's cooled off a little bit after a red hot start. His OPS is still over 800, so that's good, but he was like at 1.1 a couple weeks ago. So it's trending down. We'll see if he can heat back up.
Trenton Craig is now in Delmarva.
That is true. And you know what? Now that you say that, he was a guy that I was also considering for one of my outside the box picks. So
yeah, him and Willems have been, or Craig hasn't really hit yet, but Willems has a few good games.
Willems is starting to heat up. He started really slow, so he's still batting 145, but I think he's been done really well the last couple games.
A couple days before he started heating up, Keith Law, I guess, was at one of the games, and he tweeted yeah, Willems looks overmatched at the plate right now. He looks terrible, doesn't look ready for this, and then he just goes out and starts hitting.
Yeah, I mean, he's played 15.
He also said he was horrifically out of shape, which is so unnecessary.
Yeah, that's what these scouting. That's what these scouts do, man.
I mean,
Keith Law blocked me on Twitter.
He blocked you on Twitter?
Yeah, I was just having civil discussion with him. I forget what it was about, but I was rebutting his points respectfully, and he just blocked me.
Yeah, Josh, I can't see you saying anything over the top that is block worthy.
I didn't. Well, I did say that one guy should stop being on Twitter and go hang out with this kid.
Okay.
You guys let for as much as you guys claim to hate that guy, you let him live absolutely rent free in your fucking head.
I can't see his tweet, so he doesn't live rent free in mine, but you're right.
Who?
The chat does. His name's Jopo. You might see him. He has Elijah Green, I think, is his profile picture.
I'm not as cool on Twitter as you guys, I guess. So.
He's not big or anything. He just has really bad takes all the time.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, back to the minor league stuff. So yeah, Delmarva kind of sucks. They have a 300 winning percentage, but we'll see how Creed Willems and Trenton Craig and Daryl Hernandez do going forward. Now Aberdeen, they've got the best record in affiliated baseball, so that's pretty exciting stuff. Their lineup pretty much is indicative of that. So going down, Cowser, he's been kind of hit or miss this year, but he's got a 775 OPS. He hit an opposite field home run last night. Granted, as I told you guys, it's 310 down the line in left field. So it wasn't, it basically would have been a flare out to deep left field at Camden Yards. But at that level, it counts. Kobe Mayo has 2 bombs tonight. So good to see that. His OPS up to 811. The guy that's been intriguing me a lot lately, as was mentioned in the draft, Billy Cook. He started out so bad. I don't have the exact numbers, but dude, he was something like 1 for 35. It's like, okay, this guy's done. He's cooked. He's finished. Like
Billy cooked.
Yeah, Billy cooked. Exactly. There you go. There's no reason for him to go out there anymore. And that's throw cliches out there, but he just kind of put his nose to the grindstone. He's heated up. His OPS is up to 776 from when it was like 300 probably at the end of April. So
I'll get the numbers.
yeah, he's one of the hotter hitters in high A ball right now.
Finished April with an OPS under 700.
Oh, so okay, maybe it was just the first like 2 weeks.
I mean, 182 batting average, but yeah, he was.
I mean, his batting average is still 220, but his OPS is going up there. He's hitting a couple bombs, some extra base hits, and he's also, not that this affects your OPS, he's stealing bases too. And something I've noticed about Aberdeen, they're putting a high emphasis on stolen bases down there. They have 67 as a team. I think they were shy of 130 last year, so they're over halfway there, and we're only in May. So a lot of speed there. Dante Williams, double-digit stolen bases. Kowser's got double-digit steals.
John Rhodes.
Yeah, John Rhodes and Billy Cook, they all have double-digit steals. So, and your boy Colin Burns, I think, has 6.
Yep.
So every night I'm looking at the box scores, they have multiple stolen bases in there. Even Jacob Teeter had one tonight. So how about that?
Dante Williams, 22 walks to 29 strikeouts. It's like one of the best ratios on that team.
Yeah, not bad. So they got a lot of intriguing players. So I'm sure quite a few of them will be bumped up to Bowie by about mid-season. So looking forward to that. The story of Bowie is Gunnar Henderson, really. OPS over 1,000. Red hot. He's sitting at 1.012. Aside from that, Hudson Haskins cooled off a little bit. He was kind of the story of the first month. His numbers are still good. He's got an 855 OPS.
That's how good he was.
Yeah. But obviously he's cooled off a little bit for them to drop that much. But Westberg seems to be trending back up. He had a couple doubles tonight. OPS up to 772 after seeming to be lost for a couple weeks. So good for him. And aside from that, Bowie's honestly kind of lame right now too. I mean, Dean Kramer made a rehab start where he pitched 2 innings and he had 5 strikeouts. So that's dope.
An immaculate inning, as Josh talked about earlier.
Yeah. Aside from that, Ryan Watson, who was an undrafted guy in the COVID 2020 season when there was only 5 rounds of the draft, he's off to a pretty good start. 3.25 ERA, 32 Ks in 27 2/3 innings pitched. Garrett Stallings and Morgan McSweeney did throw a combined 7-inning no-hitter a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I mentioned that last week. Stallings went 6 innings, and I was at the game, and he was coming by, so I actually shot the shit with him a little bit. He said the reason they pulled him had nothing to do with pitch count. They just have principles that this early in the season, guys can't go more than 6 innings. So that kind of sucked.
Stallings is who we got from was it the Iglesias trade?
That sounds right. I mean,
I think Stallings was one of the ones that came over in the Bundy trade. Because remember, we were talking to Zach and we were talking about the trade, and he was talking about how he was excited that he got traded with his boy Stallings.
Oh, right. I was just looking at his whip is under 1, but yeah, that's interesting. I always forget he was part of that.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got an ERA in the low 3s right now, so good for him. The reliever, I think, to keep an eye out for is Shelton Perkins. While his ERA is sitting at 4.35, which doesn't sound great for AA, he really had one terrible inning to start the season. Aside from that, he's been kind of lights out, and he's been pretty solid his entire minor league career since we drafted him. So Shelton Perkins, I would say, is the reliever to keep an eye out for. Then up to AAA, let's see. Pull that up for tonight. Adley's got bombs in back-to-back games. He's actually at bat right now, so that's super dope. Caden Grenier sucks. No surprise there. Bannon, hate to say, he's cooled off quite a bit since his decent start. His OPS is now 717, so breaks my heart. He'll heat back up. He's a streaky guy. Yeah. Gray Rod has been crushing it. Yeah, he had a couple outings where he wasn't so great, but the cream rises to the top. He's got a 2.65 ERA in 37 innings pitched with 57 Ks. That's pretty solid. Solid.
I got some good news about your boy Bannon. His walk to strikeout ratio 19-30, which is the best on or most walks on the team. I think it's one of the best rates as well. But
Well, yeah, I already knew Bannon drew walks, but
I didn't know he did it that well. Thought he was like kind of a low contact. Dorian second. Good job, Pat.
yeah, my man Pat. Yeah, aside from that, DL Hall, he's pitched 6 innings. His ERA is like 4, but he's got 11 Ks and 6.2 innings. So, it's a small sample size, but anxious to see what he does there. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it all up, though. That's pretty much the guys you need to keep an eye out for in the minor leagues at the moment.
Sweet.
Can't wait to add the new ones in the draft this year. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, we're only about a month or 2 months away now.
Yep.
Who do you guys want them to take?
I have no idea, man. I don't really especially at the high schoolers, how you supposed to follow them.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know how to actually evaluate this guy.
I'm just hoping they take someone that we're supposed to take within the top 5 picks.
I would have to
not
say
an out of the box pick.
Yeah, I would want it to be either Drew Jones or Elijah Green, just based on their ranking, and their overall potential.
I've almost put the high school guys out of my head because I'm Elias just doesn't take them, but I'm fully prepared for them to take one of those guys. I have no idea right now.
I would
really
be
check in until really close to the draft.
I would be pretty disappointed if he didn't take one of the highly rated high school guys, considering they're the top rated guys. So
yeah, highest ceilings out of everybody. I don't think Brooks Lee's the top college guy, right? And his ceiling isn't anywhere being described as anywhere near Jones and Green.
correct. Yeah.
They're not making him out to be a dude. I know Josh Young's younger brother, Jace Young, he's a big deal, but I still don't think he lines up with the top guys.
Yeah, I want us to have just how it's been all along. I've always wanted us to have the option to take whoever the fuck we wanted, but I always see people talking about, oh, I really want this guy, I really want that guy, and that's great. I know everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I know that most of these people don't watch college baseball, and they definitely don't watch high school baseball. So I assume they're all just getting it from what they're reading, and that's all I could do too. So from what I'm reading, I would want it to be either Drew Jones or Elijah. That's what I would have to say.
This year would have been a good year to have the number 4 or 3 overall pick. Last year would have been good for that as well. I think we were just a couple picks too low, number 5.
Dude,
pick.
Almost got Jordan Lawler
or Marcelo Mayer, whoever.
Marcelo Mayer is what I'm thinking. I'm not Jordan Lawler. Sorry.
We could have had Jack Leiter was in there. I don't think they would have taken Leiter, but yeah, a lot of options in that top 3 range last year. We just missed out on it. Got Kowser, which is still fine, and and then this year would have been a good year to be a top 5 since there's not a consensus.
We couldn't have Jack Leiter because he went off the board at 2.
I'm saying if you were a top 3 pick last year, you were in a pretty good spot with a lot of options.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish they took Brady House, but it's too early to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, basically, I'll be disappointed if it's not one of the standout high school guys. That's about it.
I did want to mention one more thing before we get out of here. I mentioned it a little bit last week, but it's now been official. 8 weeks since Heston Kjerstad was out with injury, and we were told it'd be 8 to 12 weeks. We have still heard nothing.
Yeah,
that situation's changed at all, but
yep. No news is no news, as they say.
Yep. Played his last recorded game, March 11th, 2020.
All right, Josh.
I had to go into the box scores today. I found the Arkansas versus Grand Canyon University box score from 2020.
Who won?
Arkansas. They edged them out. Kirstad
Well-
went 2 for 5.
2 for 5. All right, 400 hitter. There we go. Nice.
All right, boys, ready to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, we're out of here.
All right.
Yep.
As always, everybody, follow us at Podcast Birdie. Follow Josh at Out of State O's. Follow Brad at KU Brad Blundell. And follow me at RyanSet094. Congratulations to our contest winner, Ryan Hayduke. And we'll be in touch, man. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.